हेलो एंड वेलकम टू रेडियो सिटी इंडिया। मेरा नाम है हैंसन और स्टूडियो में मौजूद है मिस्टर प्रेडिकर आशुतोष। वेलकम टू द स्टूडियो।
Always a pleasure, Hansen.
और ओडीआई का थोड़ा सा गफला हो चुका है 3-0।
Yes,
तो
the formats have changed. It's
सो व्हाट डू यू से, लाइक क्या हुआ, गड़बड़ क्या था?
New Zealand are a good team in the ODI format.
And
When we
plus,
spoke.
was it the pitches which and the grounds which
No,
are smaller?
no. That was the conditions were the same even in T20s. The
Yeah.
conditions were the same even in ODIs.
Yeah.
But New Zealand are a better ODI unit
Mhm.
than T20. In fact, they have reached the World Cup final
Mhm.
as well in the ODI
But they
format.
were missing
They had
people.
beaten India in the semi-finals as well, and they had, I would say, they were hard done by in the finals.
Hmm.
So they are a good unit. So and that was seen.
Plus they were missing people.
More than them missing,
Bowlers.
they had the right substitutes, but India were missing the openers,
Yeah.
who are a key, an integral part to India's success, both in India as well as overseas. Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan, their absence was clearly felt.
Hmm.
And add to that,
Hmm.
a bit of dip in form of Virat Kohli.
Yeah. थोड़ा सा अभी फिजल आउट अभी दिख रहा है लोगों को मे बी
But still, I will say, if you see,
60.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
his average in the last 30 innings around 60. I think it's before the last one, so it's
Yeah.
dropped to around 56, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
And the previous 30 is 96.
Yeah.
So even a 56 average is by no means less.
बट इट्स अकॉर्डिंग टू द विराट कोहली एवरेज थोड़ा सा लो हो गया है।
That's about 40 percentage points lower.
ओके, सो अभी क्या हुआ है कि T20 सीरीज तो इंडिया ने जीत लिया था 5-0,
Mm-hmm.
न्यूजीलैंड ने जीत लिया 3-0 ओडीआई सीरीज।
Mm-hmm.
अब बचा 2 टेस्ट। विल न्यूजीलैंड बी एबल टू मेक इट 5-0 बैलेंस?
Oh, that's a good one.
यस, ये आप ट्रिविया पूछने वाले, उसके पहले मैंने एक
Okay.
अपना वाला छोड़
No,
दिया।
I mean now let us tell our viewers something about tests in New Zealand.
Hmm.
Tests in New Zealand are very unique.
Hmm.
Because they are swinging conditions. There's a lot of wind. That is nowhere the case anywhere in the world.
Hmm.
Nowhere is it easier to bat in the second innings as compared to bat in the first innings.
Hmm.
I mean, if you see the averages across the world, you will see average of around 35 runs being scored per wicket in the first innings on most grounds, and around 25 in the second innings
Hmm.
on most grounds. Where in New Zealand it's the reverse.
Hmm.
New Zealand both are around 35.
Okay.
So New Zealand is the preferred batting second track. So win the toss and bowl
Bowl
first.
first.
Because one session for sure, maybe a bit of second session. After that it becomes a batting paradise.
Hmm.
And if you see the last couple of tests,
Hmm.
New Zealand, the spinners had a very key role to play. I think Keshav Maharaj
Hmm.
scripted a South African victory
Hmm.
that I remember. I think there was one more spinner. I think it might be Sander. I'm not too sure about
Hmm.
that, but Keshav Maharaj for sure.
Hmm.
So world over is different. New Zealand is different.
Hmm. So now that India is there, अभी
Mhm.
टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप में पहला कह सकते हैं हम लोग, if we don't count West Indies series,
Mhm.
India is traveling for the first time,
Okay.
and we are
And
playing
India
two
hasn't
tests.
lost a single test.
Yes,
I think India has won every test. Not
Yeah,
even
won
drawn.
every-
Not
no,
even
no,
drawn
no
one.
draws. So they have won every single test.
Mhm.
Now they are in New Zealand,
True.
and so जैसे आपने कहा कि it's different.
It's a clash of the titans because
Yes.
New Zealand has a very good record at home.
Hmm.
Though India has won the previous two series in New Zealand.
Hmm.
I think one was 2014, India won that series 1-0, and one was in 2009 or 2010.
Hmm.
That was under Mahendra Singh Dhoni. India won that 1-0 as well.
Hmm.
So India is coming into the series with last two series wins in New Zealand.
Hmm. But this time it is different because New Zealand as a team has evolved.
Exactly. Since
Overall.
2017,
Yeah.
New Zealand as a team has evolved a lot.
Yeah.
So much so that I think they have an excellent record at home,
Hmm.
and they haven't lost at home since 2017, I believe.
Hmm. And even Virat Kohli came ahead and said कि अगर first जो place है वो किसी से share करना चाहेंगे, that will be New Zealand.
Virat
That's-
Kohli is getting all the points for his off-field talk.
Yes, but he's become a very mature person nowadays.
He got the ICC award as well for the
Yeah.
fair play.
Yeah. So now let's move on to the first test.
Mhm.
What are the changes? I mean, what is the playing 11 you will see?
Suddenly, if you see the test match setup and the ODI setup, you'll see great different names being discussed. So let's discuss the Indian probable
Yes.
11. I think India will open with Prithvi Shaw and Mayank Agarwal, Pujara at 3, Virat Kohli at 4, Rahane at 5. At number 6, Hanuma Vihari will play. Hanuma Vihari didn't play in the Indian subcontinent.
Yeah.
Because there I believe 5 batsmen with Ashwin Jadeja both playing because they compensate with the bat.
Yeah.
So he's not needed there. So Hanuma Vihari has to play in overseas test. He did well in the tour game as well.
Yeah.
So Hanuma Vihari at 6. Number 7 and 8 are the two biggest questions. Number 7, who will play as a spin bowling all-rounder? My choice is Ashwin.
Okay.
I don't know whom they'll play.
But
And Jadeja, not much to choose between Ashwin and Jadeja, but my choice is Ashwin.
Okay.
Number 8, who plays as a specialist wicket-keeper. So 2 players under the reckoning, Riddhiman Saha and Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant has a great record batting. He has 100 in Australia as well as 100 in England. While Riddhiman Saha doesn't have a great batting record, but purely on wicket-keeping skills, Riddhiman Saha is without doubt the best wicket-keeper in the country. I believe maybe in the world as well, just pure wicket-keeping skills. I believe when a person is batting at number 8, his batting skill should not be taken. I believe he should be playing. We should only see the pure wicket-keeping skills. So my choice is Riddhiman Saha. Then the 3 fast bowlers are very much clear. Bumrah, Shami and Ishan Sharma.
Okay.
What that does is it leaves India with a very big tail. And that's what we saw in the Australia series as well. India we used to be around 300 for 5 and 330, 350 all out. Because Bumrah, Shami, Ishan Sharma all can't bat. None of them can bat.
But there is also Umesh Yadav in the squad.
No, I believe Umesh Yadav won't make it.
Won't make it, but because, as you said, the tail is longer.
At number 7, at number 8, I'll prefer. I'm going for a person who can keep over a batsman who can keep.
Okay.
So at number 9, 10, 11, surely I'll want my bowlers to be specialist bowlers.
Yeah.
But that is one indicator. In fact, that might tempt India to play Rishabh Pant. Because at least to in a way shield the 3 tailenders.
But if Rishabh Pant plays, he will play above Ashwin or Jadeja?
Yeah, he'll play above Ashwin or Jadeja, while Ashwin or Jadeja, whoever plays, will play over Riddhiman Saha.
But why do you think Ashwin will play, not Jadeja? Because Jadeja has a good record out overseas.
Not in red ball cricket. There is nothing much to choose between them in Sena countries, as you call it. Nothing much to choose. In New Zealand as well. In fact, in the last series in New Zealand, when India won that series 1-0 in 2014, he played both the tests and in I think 2 tests he got 3 wickets.
Okay.
So, not so much. I'm tilting towards Ashwin.
Okay. So now we move on to New Zealand.
New Zealand, yes.
They have come out with a 12. So, yeah.
From their 12, their 11 is pretty much obvious. There's only one spot under whether they'll go for a spinner or will they go for an extra medium pace all-rounder in the form of Daryl Mitchell. So I think they'll prefer a spinner, especially because of the role which Keshav Maharaj had when we spoke about spinners coming into play in the 3rd and 4th innings. And I think Sandner also had done well. So they'll go for Patel, who is their preferred lone spinner. Mitchell misses out.
Yeah.
So let's look at their lineup.
Yeah.
Blundell will open and with Latham. 3 would be Williamson, Ross Taylor, Nichols. At 6 would be Watling. At 7 will be Colin de Grandhomme. They are fast bowling all-rounder, medium pace all-rounder rather. Then the 4 specialist bowlers, 1 spinner and 3 fast bowlers. Incidentally, Neil Wagner has opted out and he'll be with his wife for the birth of their child. So the 3 fast bowlers will be Saudi, Boult and Jamieson.
Jamieson has suddenly come up thoda sa aisa rank mein because of his performance in the ODI series.
Absolutely.
We were talking about
and with the wind and the awkward height, makes sense for him to play, especially since Wagner is not there. Although Matt Henry has been added to the squad, but in the 12 which was announced, they have kept Matt Henry out of the 12.
Okay. But right now we just we will talk about Henry Nichols.
Okay.
He opens in the ODIs. Here he will be playing at number 5, 4 or 5.
That is what Horses for Courses is all about. And both the openers are incidentally wicket keepers. Blundell as well as Latham. And they are not keeping, but they are opening them. Now that reminds me of a trivia.
Okay.
A very interesting trivia. Incidentally, the 2 players in question are both I mean, one is an Indian, one is a New Zealander, so it makes sense to ask this trivia. There were two players, both of them, who scored a century on debut
Okay.
and who scored a century while opening the innings for the first time. One is an Indian, one is a New Zealander.
So both are like they played each other.
No, they didn't play. One is an Indian, one is a New Zealander.
Okay, so
Century on debut in Test match cricket, century on debut and century while opening for the first time in Test cricket. Prithvi Shaw scored a century on debut,
Yeah.
but he was opening at that point of time. So my players are looking out for him. They didn't open in the first Test.
Acha, okay. So it was their okay. Then who is it? I don't know.
One is Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma got a century on debut at number 6.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
One century on debut.
on the debut as an opener. I
Yeah, because that was very recent.
recent. Yeah.
And such a thing had never happened. Incidentally, it happened together in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And the second player is a New Zealander,
London.
London.
Yes.
Because Jeet Rawal used to open.
Yeah.
He got injured or was dropped. Blundell came in the deciding test against Australia.
Hmm.
And I think Boxing Day or the first test of 2020 and did that record.
Yeah.
So we didn't have such a record till 2019
Okay.
and suddenly we had both of them.
Hmm. So suddenly Rohit Sharma thoda sa miss ho gaya because I don't even remember when he made his debut.
But he had a 100 on
in a
debut.
Test match.
I think it was against West Indies if I remember correctly. Not too sure.
तो फिर possible है. So now
To give the devil his due.
yeah. So now we come to the prediction for the match.
Prediction for the match, very close one.
Yeah.
But I'm tilting towards New Zealand.
New Zealand this time. So India is going to lose their first Test championship. First
yes,
actually first match in the Test time.
yes, I believe.
Okay. I hope आपका last prediction जैसा ये भी wrong हो जाए.
I'll be happy if I'm proved wrong.
You always say that, but then वही होता है जो आपने बोला है.
More often than not, even I can go wrong, not denying that. But
But वही होता है जो आपने बोला है.
that's what I believe. That I think New Zealand is the stronger one.
Okay. So
If Wagner would have been there, then it would have been a 70-30 New Zealand game. With Wagner out, Jamieson in, it becomes a bit of a 60-40 New Zealand.
अच्छा, it is still a 60-40. Okay. Okay. ठीक है, जो भी है कल मैच में देखेंगे अभी. Now the players to watch out for: 3 players per team.
Test match cricket is all about bowlers.
Hmm.
So I'll mention most bowlers. Ishant Sharma. I really like Ishant Sharma for New Zealand
Is he
Test. Yes, I believe he'll be fit. He'll be past fit and he'll play. So first name in Indian cricket, Ishant Sharma. Hanuma Vihari.
Okay.
Very offbeat names you would think.
Yeah.
And the third one, you can't miss Virat Kohli. You have to add Virat Kohli to that list. But ideally the bowlers will have a great role. So Bumrah Shami will have a great role. The only reason I'm putting Ishant over Bumrah and Shami is that New Zealand have played a lot of Bumrah and Shami in the T20s and
they're
ODIs.
playing very well actually.
Bumrah went wicketless in the ODIs.
Yeah, first time it happened.
So I'm saying they have played a lot of Bumrah and Shami. So Ishant is a bit of an unknown quantity. And Ishant in foreign tests is always an asset. Now New Zealand,
Yeah.
Boult, without doubt, Saudi, and Kane Williamson or Latham, either of it. Both two batsmen.
तो कोई भी हो सकता है. अभी Latham is in super form right
Yeah,
now,
but he's
so
opening,
he
so
will-
New Zealand, I like their middle order over
Yeah.
Indian middle order. Bowling, more or less, both teams are same. So I'm preferring New Zealand win.
Okay. So these are the players to watch out for, and the prediction for the match is that New Zealand will win this match, and India will lose the first test in the Test Championship. What are your thoughts? नीचे comment section में लिखो. And
Like, comment, share, subscribe.
like the video, comment and share with your friends, and subscribe to Radio City India. देखते हैं अभी इंडिया क्या चक्कर चलाता है. ये भी हो सकता है हनुमा विहारी में ओपन नहीं पॉसिबल नहीं है.
I think Shaw will open with Mayank.
Or else Umesh Yadav may be in the playing 11. We don't know what, because right now team is doing.
I believe even if somebody misses out, Navdeep Saini will be higher in the pecking order over Umesh Yadav in abroad tests.
Okay. So let's see what happens, and we'll meet you before the second test starts in New Zealand. So stay tuned to Radio City India. This is me Hansen and Ashutosh signing off. Bye bye.
Yo.
Radio City.